Hello, StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload, and today we have a game between Bowman and Hydralisk on Odyssey, the latter edition. In the bottom right-hand corner of the map, we have the red Zerg player. It is Hydralisk. And in the top left-hand corner of the map, we have the blue Protoss player. It is Bowman from Aiur. Who is that? Who is that in that spinning logo? That's all gold. Don't recognize him, but I'm sure somebody out there does. All right, so it's a ZVZ, the high master level, sent to me at falconpaladin@gmail.com with the subject of Masters level StarCraft game. If you have a Masters level or GM level game you want me to cast, go ahead and set it to that address with that subject, and the odds are pretty good of getting cast these days. All right, Probe Scout, which is pretty standard here for Protoss this patch of Legacy of the Void. Oh! If you follow me on Twitter, I posted a link to a StarCraft 2 blog, basically. An official Blizzard StarCraft 2 blog that was posted, let's see, last Thursday. Last Thursday at this point. Probe's going to try to block this expansion. The drone, drone. Okay, the drone was hoping that Bowman was not actually paying attention, but it was. He was. So the third base is going to go right here, just north, where there are 2 extractors, and there's a gold base up north of that with only 1 extractor. Got some lings out. Whoa, that's some good early lings heading on out. I'm not sure if the probe saw that or not, but if they did, what is this? Oh, it's a cannon. Wow, is this a Forge Fast Expand from Bowman? Let's get some like Wings of Liberty Brood War up in here, man. This is a viable strategy from earlier times, but not so much now. But you know what? Against these lings, this is going to be genius. This is pure genius here out of Bowman. Anyway, what was I talking about? Masters level. Oh, yeah, huge changes suggested as this cannon finishes just in time. And the wall is obviously going to be done as well. Excellently played there. These lings, I don't think there's anywhere they can attack without getting hit by this well-placed photon cannon. So, yeah, big changes being proposed at least. I'm not sure if they're official or anything like that. It's the Stargate opening from Bowman, so we'll get our Oracle name list ready to go. And oh, are we actually ready with our Oracle name list? I just got back from vacation today where I had like 0 internet unless I stood in one corner of the house, which was rough. Which was real rough. All right, so we do have those ready to go. Yeah, all right, we have an Oracle name if we need it. Anyway, big changes. Like High Templar being able to attack this Ling Drop stuff. This kind of looks like Ling Drop stuff, but this Overlord is so dang slow. So dang slow. High Templars being able to attack. Mothership Core just getting removed entirely from the game. Mules being able to harvest Vespene gas as well, while their mineral intake when they're harvesting from mineral patches is decreased a little bit. Like, there are some crazy changes here. I think I'll put a link in the description to that. Again, they're not official. I think they're being floated. I think they're being tossed into the public test realm for people to check out. But man, there are like the biggest changes suggested in StarCraft in a long time in a single patch for sure. So should make things interesting if any of those go through, honestly. Like, one of the big changes is they want to make Infested Terrans more of your base defense. And so they gave them a really incredible anti-air thing, but you have to have infestors for it, which seems like it takes a while to get to. As this Phoenix is going to knock down this Drop Lord attack. Hydralisk is not very pleased with that. Not very happy at all. So the Overlord is going to die. The lings, all the lings that he made to drop inside this base are now utterly useless. They can't do anything against this Protoss player. It's 26 to 25 Harvesters. Sure, he's got 3 bases up. And it is an Oracle follow-up to that Phoenix. So let's give this Oracle a name. And this Oracle's name is going to be Jumanji. The next victim of the deadly board game rolled the dice and got the riddle. In the sky you shall see, stuck in stasis, your legacy. And she found herself bound to the Oracle vessel until someone rolls a 5 or an 8. Those are the rules. Really wants to kill these lings, but they are running back home. They don't have speed yet, so they're just kind of loping back home. If this Oracle can kill all these lings, that might be nice. There's already a Spore Crawler up in the main base, right? So it's not really what... I don't think that's the target you necessarily want to go for if you're Bowman here, but that's where he's headed anyway, to the land of queens and spore crawlers. The natural base has not actually been saturated. A couple drones trying to transfer to the third. Oh, one does save itself by turning into a spore, but canceled and then picked off as that DPS is real high. Picking off larva, that's a good thing. We should see more of that, honestly. in StarCraft 2. But getting 2 queens and a spore, good reaction time, getting out of there in time to not die. But still, it took several shots to the face there. Lings in different positions, scouting, holding on like a watchtower, trying to see if Bowman's going to move out anytime soon. And Warpgate is just finishing. He's getting +1 attack at that forge, and he really doesn't, I mean, Resonating Glaives, I guess, is what he's got, and that Warpgate's up. But he only has 3 of them. He's got 3 total Warpgates right now, which a 3-gate opening doesn't seem like a lot. I don't know that he can take a 3rd base necessarily safely. There are a bunch of Lings out on the map. I guess only 9 of them now, though. Not a whole lot. These Lings continuing to poke at the front and just scout, paying for it with their lives as the blood is spilled upon the ground there. A Speed Overlord is done, so he's going to try to get across the map here without getting spotted by anything, but it gets spotted immediately by Jumanji and a Phoenix. So Overlord, you might make it there, but I don't know if you have enough time to load up your Lings and get inside the base. He's still trying to make this Drop Lord thing happen, and I don't think it's going to happen, in the words of Regina George. Or a slightly different take on that phrase. Another Oracle on the way from Bowman. We've seen this. This multiple Oracle thing has been happening quite a bit with Protoss lately. Got ourselves, what is that, 2 Adepts and 2 Zealots coming out the front, trying to deal with these Lings. And you know what? There aren't enough Lings to really stop this, as 4 of them get murdered immediately. Another one patrolling back and forth here. Adept 2 shots it. Has to kill his own Warp Gate to get out. That's a problem with that full wall off. It's a real big problem with that full wall off. If you can leave a little gap and put your Zealot in there or an Adept in there, it's a little bit better. A little bit better of a situation, but it was a little bit of a desperate time, too. Those Lings were on the way. I don't think he had time necessarily to get a Zealot as well as that cannon. Hydralisk Den, yep, as normal. Hydralisks are very standard in the current meta of the ZVP. And here come the Adepts walking through the shallows. Got some Oracle support, got a Phoenix support, got an attack here down at this third. Okay, not really an attack. A Ling is trying to knock down this 3rd base that Bowman's trying to warp in. Just south of the natural, that's not going to happen. Coming onto the creep here is Bowman's 7-minute attack, which seems a little bit, I don't think like it's enough is the problem here. Baneling Nest is coming in, some Spine Crawlers too from Hydralisk, and he's got all his Queens and his Lings. This creep spread looking okay, actually A-okay here. Bowman decides to retreat after killing a couple creep tumors. Says, this is not the fight for me. And considering the fact that there are 46 Lings on the map, he is correct. It was not the fight for him. Good, smart move. Getting the heck on out of there. We got double robotics facility, 1 pumping an observer, 1 getting us an immortal, and more gateways in production, as you absolutely definitely need. 4th base is done for Hydralisk at the gold. Probably been done for a while, but nobody's actually saturated it quite yet. All those Lings are trying to run down to this 3rd and kill it. There's a single cannon, but that's it. I don't think this is going to work out for Bowman. So the Lings are trying to get that surround. Some of them are just not attacking, which is super annoying. Photon overcharge, not really a thing. Lings deciding to retreat, letting the Nexus finish. They took down a pylon and a cannon. Did they kill any probes? They might have killed a probe, possibly, but I feel like the other one died. That one died on this side of the map rather than over defending at home. And by defending, I mean not really defending at all. Templar Archives on the way for Mr. Bowman. Got ourselves Muscular Augments researched by the Zerg player Hydralisk, +1 attack as well, and Baneling Speed plus health. Because it's not just speed, it actually gives them some health too. Oracle tries to sneak on in. I don't think this is Jumanji, but did Jumanji die is the question. Jumanji did die. Jumanji got a little bit too big for her britches. Oracle number 2, though, doing some good damage here at this 4th base, picking off 3 drones possibly. Revelation thrown down on those Queens, just so he knows where they are. And a 5th base coming up for Hydralisk here at the 8.5-minute mark. Well, closer to the 9-minute mark, but regardless, you know what I'm talking about here. So it's going to be a Hydra Ling Bane thing. As this player's name is Hydralisk, it makes a lot of sense that that's what we would see. Meanwhile, it's all Adept Immortal Zealot for Bowman, which does not bode well for him. The Banelings are going to be good against most of the army composition. Baneling centrifugal hooks. It's about 20 seconds from completing here. And the attack on the 4th has got to come before then. Splitting up, sending a bunch of Zealots down to this 4th and taking it out. Goodbye. Actually, I think that might have been the 5th, but we're going to call it the 4th because this is the... Well, no, that's the 5th. Anyway, this is the 4th up here where everybody's coming in, and we actually have some floating High Templar here. Why is it so much easier to see they're floating when they're blue as compared to when they're gold? So this base is in a lot of trouble. What does he have? He's got his Banelings. They're kind of out of position to defend against this, though. The Immortals, no, the Immortals need to focus down this hatch. I guess taking down the Spine Crawler is pretty nice as well, but they are wasting their shots on Zerglings. Warp Prism here to save stuff. Ling, Hydra, Bane And, picking off the mothership core before she can warp everybody home. Oh, this is a big problem for Bowman. He should have started that a little bit sooner. Everybody dies to the Banelings and the Lings. Yeah, Ling Baneling is almost just enough on its own to take out Immortal Zealot. Immortal Zealot Adept. You almost don't even need the Hydras in that situation, but it was nice they were able to pick off that mothership core. 145 to 118 total supply. Hydralisk has a nice big lead right now, replacing that 5th base down to the south, close to home, but not so close by walking distance. Anything else happening from Hydralisk? No, just making more Lings, making more Hydralisk. Got a Dark Shrine warping in for Bowman. And is that more High Templar warping in? Dang it, why can't I click on those guys? It is. No, are those Adepts? Do Adepts float? No. High Templar do, though. Yeah, they look so different with this skin. With this little blue skin. I don't know what it's called, but it's probably from the war chest. If I had to guess. Got your Zealots out with +2 attack. Got your Storm done. Got your +3 attack being researched too. And Hydralisk getting up for a real big Hydra Baneling attack. Is he waiting for +2? Nope, not really. Just waiting for more Lings, it looks like here. 4th base has been taken by Bowman, though. He's got 2 cannons. Mothership core here to defend as well. He's going to try to go for a Ling Baneling drop into the main base. There's not really an Overlord in position to help this happen, though. I think he's going for the 2-pronger. He's going to attack at the 3rd, and then when the units come in, I'm going to attack at the natural. Look, yeah, look at this. They're pulling away. Big Zealot warping at this 5th base again, and I think he's going to get it again as well. Baneling's rolling into this mineral line. No! Warped in and stopped temporarily, but the Baneling explosions all over the place. 5th base is gone. Some Hydras and Banes do remain, but this cannon haven't doing a great job cleaning these up, actually. And it does have 9 kills before it gets killed. The remaining Hydra is destroyed, and again, losing that 5th base was a problem for your Zerg player today. Gonna warp in. He's gonna try to warp in here at the main base. He is. I don't know if that's a good idea. There's a lot of units coming in. Hydralisk's gonna pick off that Warp Prism like it nothing. And they do get it. Oh, they don't get it. Are you kidding me? 11 hit points remaining. Everybody on the ground gets killed, though, because there are so many Lings and Banelings. As previously mentioned, army for Bowman needs detection. He's got to clear some of these creep tumors out. Ling's scouting in to see what's up. Sees more Immortals. Did he see the Dark Templars warping in is the question. And I'm not sure that he actually did. So Ling's actually not attack moving. No, they are maybe trying to pick off these High Templar. Getting a nice surround on the High Templar. No, you can't lose all these Bowman. He gets a storm off, but it's too late. Oh, how many High Templar are left? None is how many are left. He ended up losing 8 there. No, those are Adepts. 6 High Templar are dead. Couple storms tossed off, but that's about it. Really not much work done there. That is just brutal. Resources lost at this point. 7,000, 8,400 here for the Protoss, as there's a DT attack. Oh, they do get the 4th at the gold. DTs, man. About 9,000 for the Zerg player so far, so he's lost more, but a lot of big-time shots being taken by Hydralisk here. He doesn't know about the DTs, and the 6th base up top in the right corner, dead. And DT's defending here at the 4th base as well. Oh, these Hydras are in so much trouble. Overseers are out, but it's just a Queen and some drones here to defend. They do get the 3rd base as well. Meanwhile, attacking up into the natural is Hydralisk with his Hydras and his Banelings. The Immortals really stand no chance here. This really reminds me of the Petit Drogo versus True series I cast on Sunday last week. It's just Immortals are really bad against Banelings and Hydralisks, as it turns out, but mostly against the Hydra. So he defends the 4th base. He keeps that, but he's going to lose his natural here. It's going to turn into a bit of a base race. DT's just going to town, though, on this natural. Well, actually, where the hive is. Ling's finally getting a surround on these guys. 25 drones have died. 28 probes have died. It's 55 to 52 harvesters. It's pretty close. DTs do manage to shove away the Hydras of the natural after the natural has been killed. But the 6th base is gone. The 4th base is gone. The 5th base is gone for Hydralisk. And he did manage to save his hive, which is real, real good. Oh, and that, too. He only has 1 mining base? Ay, caramba, that is not good for the Zerg player. So losing the natural, a problem for Bowman, but is able to keep his 3rd and his 4th, which is kind of a big deal. Additional storm, I think, would be useful here. He does have some more High Templar just generating energy here inside the main. 2 hatcheries in production right now at the same time for Hydralisk. He should be able to get his economy back up and running at some point, but is basically doubled up right now by the Protoss player. It's just the Protoss player doesn't have the army to really do anything. He's got 10 Zealots, an Archon, 6 Dark Templar, and 3 High Templar, which, again, just not ginormous, as it turns out. Worker count is fantastic if you can take advantage of that worker count. He's got some idle probes up here in the main he should really be taking care of. Again, continuing Immortal production, which is great for the late game. If your opponent's going ultras at some point, great. I like that you have ultras, but at this point, they're not that great against this mass Hydralisk army with +2 attack and +1. Photon Overcharge is up. Time Warp is tossed down as well. Zealots flanking in from the other side. Are the High Templar here to throw down their storm? They are. Storms all over these Hydralisks, hurting them immensely. I think all the High Templar died, though. They fought with honor. Still, a handful of Hydras are remaining, and this 4th base is going to die. The gold base is going to fall unless these charge lots can save the day. Oh, and they do. They shoo the Hydralisks away. Nicely done, Bowman. Nicely done, my friend. Getting out of there in time. Replacing the 5th base is Hydralisk now. So he's back on a 5-base economy, essentially, with 49 drones compared to the 55 of Bowman. Did kill a lot of probes there. 45 probes have been killed. This 4th base, he should have pulled the probes rather than just hope he could defend it and leave those guys alone. I mean, it's a rough one. A rough result there. This 5th base is going to die for the 3rd time in this game. There's just really no saving it, I don't think. Yeah, the Lings and the Hydras are coming, but the Zealots have +3 attack. And can they take it down before they die? The answer is no. Oh, are you kidding me? 41 hit points. Yes. OMG, says Hydralisk. 40 hit points. Army's got to defend this. A lot of transfuses, maybe. Like 1 DT wandering down here can take it out. Although there are 5 Overseers, so possibly not going to be a problem here for der Hydralisk. Cybernetics Core replacement Cyber Core going down because he lost it because it was at his front door. As we saw previously, DT's trying to come in and finish this off, but no, once again, there are 5 Overseers at this location. You're not going to kill it with DTs. You just can't get close enough is the problem. 2 cannons protecting these 4th. These 4th. More High Templar coming on in. I'm not sure they're actually paying for themselves, though. There were some good storms here at the 4th base, which was wonderful, but otherwise the High Templar, I don't feel like I've done a whole lot in this game. And I like the tech choice. I do. He just needs to actually get storms off. It's not that the storms aren't working. It's just that he's not putting them in the correct location for them to work is the thing. Hydralisks with +2/+1. Banelings with +2, which means they do one-shot probes. That's why you get that +2 attack upgrade. Trying to get a 5th base. But no, oh, the Ling finishes off the probe that was trying to do that thing. Hydra Bane sneaking into this 3rd, and everything here is going to die. But guess what? Oh, 2 Oracles. I thought that was a Warp Prism in the main base of Hydralisk. Nope. It was not. 3rd base gone for the first time in this game. Storms chasing Hydralisk away. Finishes off the Mothership Core. Oh, a little bit careless placement there by Bowman. And here comes an attack on the 4th. Can he finish what he started earlier? Hydralisk is the question. And the answer is no. He doesn't like it. He doesn't like what he sees. He's being very patient. Was he trying to use the Oracle to finish off the hatchery? I don't think that's what was happening here. 2 hit points on that Oracle, by the way. Right here. Another attack up at this 4th base. So many Zealots coming in. This is basically the Ling run by for Protoss. It is incredibly strong. You can pack more DPS around a structure than you can with Ling's +3 attack here. 11 damage times 2 is no joke. So dead. Dead base. Hydra's heading DT. Trying. Nope. Not going to happen. Again, Spore Crawler providing that. But here comes the most of the army from Bowman with some good storms. I think he can take this hatch down and put himself in a real good position. He is charging it with the Zealots and the Archons, and they get it! They sacrificed themselves, but they took it down. And that's 2 bases that are out. That are out for Hydralisk. He has one. He doesn't really have any mining bases right now. Income is plummeting. Down to 400 minerals per minute compared to 1,200 for Bowman. Again, keeping that 4th base was a big deal. His 5th base might finish as well at this point. I think the army for Hydralisk is going to go try to make sure that doesn't actually happen. If at all zergly possible. More Archons in production. I just know that Archons are really going to be the answer here to these Hydras. Against Lings, sure. Against Hydras, really not so much. So yeah, the entire army shows up at this 5th of Bowman and takes it out. Meanwhile, we do have Zealots in here at the 3rd base of Hydralisk, trying to take down Spine Crawlers, trying to take down Queens. This might turn into a base race type scenario. There is some storm on defense here. Hydralisk needs to be careful not to walk into a choke point of doom and just get destroyed. Zealots taking out long-distance mining drones here at the 5th base, which means we have lost 58 drones, 57 probes, and 58 drones. This game is insane. Replacement base gone. I think this might be it for Hydralisk. This is the army that he has It is 141 to 112 total supply, which is not fantastic, but 45 of that supply is workers for Bowman and only 21 for Hydralisk. So he's army definitely favoring right now. Bailing's trying to crash in on the High Templar, get a couple good shots off there, but not enough, I don't think. Another Mothership core dies after tossing down a Time Warp. Lings on top of these High Templar. Oh, and they have to storm themselves to actually stay alive. That was massive for Hydralisk, killing those Templar. A huge deal. Zealots flanking on in from the south side to deal with these Hydralisks that are picking off his Immortals one by one. Is Bowman able to save them? No, just too many +2 Hydralisks here in this situation. More Immortals. Do you have a bad rally point, Immortals? Where are you going? You're trying to base race this? What? No, they're pulling back. They recognize they're very much in trouble here. This gold base is mined out for Bowman. His 4th base, actually. Not bad. Not bad. The probes need to run, though. They need to run, establish a base somewhere else. He doesn't have enough minerals to do that, though. Oh, this Zealot killing hold position Lings, I think? I think that's what that was. You still alive, man? 15 kills before he gets whacked. That was a Master Zealot, man. Master Zealot trying to attack with the probes. Oh, the Storm puts the Hydras in a corner, and that's a good game. Well played out of Hydralisk. Oh, what a masterful play by Bowman in the end there. He gets them in a corner with the probes, sticks them back where they don't want to be, then brings in the Immortals, brings in the High Templar, storms them to death while keeping the pressure up. And that was it. That was it. I mean, it was tight. It was really tight. Hydralisk at the end of the game had 7 Lings and 3 Hydralisks against 2 High Templar, 2 Zealots, and 3 Immortals. Oh, that might have been a bit of a premature tap out. It really might have been. Just because Hydralisk had another base coming up, and Bowman I don't think had a way to establish another one, really. He was definitely mineral starved. I mean, he had 10 minerals left at his natural. Feels premature. But in the end, your Protoss player wins this one in 21 minutes and 3 seconds. Yeah, 19 High Templar died. That's a lot of dead High Templar. 13 Dark Templar. Did a lot of good work, though, for a while before Hydralisk realized there were Dark Templar out. 217 Zerglings, 42 Banes lost, 92 Hydralisks lost their lives. And that's going to be it from me. So this has been Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that subscribe. And you can also find me on Twitter, Facebook, and Patreon. And as always, until next time, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.